the leases turn into the big listings. I've had clients that have rented out properties from me that were perfect on paper, and then 2 years down the line buy a $2 million house. It's
Wow.
the real estate market. If they're good on paper and they know how to save, they're gonna get quite a bit out of it.
Hi, I'm Maud Leger, and this is the Realtors Conspiracy Podcast, where we crack the code to real estate success. Learn from top realtors, entrepreneurs, and innovators about how to grow your business as we discuss real estate success stories, mindset, processes, motivations, and the key to their success. Check out our podcast episodes every Monday to crack the code to success for your real estate business. This week, I'm speaking with Elena Saradidis from Brad J. Lamb Realty. Today's chat is high energy and high value. In this dynamic and insightful chat, Elena reveals how she successfully built her business through diligent effort and a commitment to the craft by assisting fellow realtors with open houses and miscellaneous tasks. Elena shares how she distinguishes herself by leveraging her expertise and providing unparalleled value to her clients. Let's get to my chat with Elena. Hi Elena, thanks for joining us on the episode today. Tell us, what is the key to your success?
Well, thank you so much for having me. I would say the key to success when it comes to succeeding in real estate is to be overly obsessed with what is happening in the market and to take any job and every job that is out there so you can learn as quick as possible.
I love it. How do you keep in touch with the market and keep up with the news and what's going on?
Well, to say I'm a little bit addicted is an understatement. I probably refresh MLS more than anyone else just to see what properties are coming up to market, constantly reading what new policies are coming out, watching the news. So there's a bunch of different factors that come into play just by keeping your what is it, the finger on the pulse, the pulse on the
finger on the pulse, what's going on. Yeah. How do you take every job? Tell us more about that. You're like taking every job that comes along.
So when I first started out in real estate, I helped every agent that was in the field that worked in my office. So if it meant going to sit at open houses, I was sitting every open house. I probably open housed a building for the first 2 years of being licensed.
Wow, that's amazing.
Every single weekend I was open housing. If they wanted me to run lock boxes for them, I'd run lock boxes. I'd put up signs, anything to help me get my foot in the game. If they wanted me to help them write up offers, I'd write up offers so I'd learn how to write them. So it's very much fast pacing your career by learning through others.
I love your energy, your fast pace, your really willingness to get to work, I guess. That's how it comes off.
Coffee's the key.
Nice. And then how do you stand out now that you've established yourself? You've been doing all of the odds and ends of little jobs, and now you're wanting to stand out. How do you do that?
So what I would say is my business is predominantly client focused. So it's not so much about being to stand out in competition with other real estate agents. It's to be the best kind of real estate agent for your clients, because the business is repeat and referral. Yes. So to do stuff for my clients that most agents don't do, to do showings differently, to walk them through the property and actually point out value adds where you say, like, look at the roof, it looks like it's going to need to be replaced. I've done a lot of renovations. This is the cost that this type of job is going to cost you. So to constantly be providing value to your clients is probably one of the biggest things to set yourself apart.
Yeah. People like see through who you are and will trust you and refer you down the line for sure. Yeah. So what strategies have you implemented in your business that helped you succeed so far?
Time blocking.
Nice.
So time blocking for everything. You can see it right now. We're in the car. We're on the way to do some showings right now. But this is the only way we can get everything done in a day. So I do work predominantly from the back seat of cars.
Nice.
But that's been a huge value add.
Okay. And then what are your key time blocks that are non-negotiable for you, that you do, that you respect, that you keep on your schedule?
So there's a bunch of micro time slots, and I would say it's following up with emails. Whether it's sometimes in real estate, you do have to be flexible and move things around, but it's about getting back to people at a very reasonable time.
Yeah, so that's a good question about following up. A lot of agents drop those balls when they're like juggling with multiple things to do. How do you keep yourself accountable or on track to make sure to follow up?
So I usually try and do it in the morning. That's the part of the day where the least amount of people are going to be messaging you.
Mhm.
So before 8 a.m. is usually my follow-up time. After 9 o'clock is usually when we hit the ground running, and
Yeah,
then we take things as they come.
yeah,
Like I
you're in
didn't have
control before.
exactly. Like for example, even today I didn't have appointments for after 5 until probably an hour ago, and now I'm fully booked.
Wow, that's
So
amazing.
you have to be very flexible in the field. You never know when the property is going to pop up that fits your client's
True.
criteria, and today happened to be one of those days.
Yeah. And in terms of lead generating activities, what are lead generating activities that you focus on or that you work on?
So, as I mentioned before, a lot of my business is repeat and referral. So, I focus very heavily on my own clients to refer business to me.
Nice. Okay, very cool. So you're not afraid or shy to ask for testimonials and
No,
referrals?
not at all. Actually, for Christmas, I send them out a card that says, "All I want for Christmas is your referrals." I very much tell them, "Give me your people." And I tell everyone all the time, like, I might be busy, and I'm so grateful that I'm always busy, but I'm never too busy for yourself or for your referrals. So send them my way. I'm happy to help them.
Nice, very cool. What's the things that you learn in your career so far? What's the biggest learning you've came across?
I think every day is a learning opportunity. It's wild because real estate's one of those jobs that is not 9 to 5. Every day is different. And every day you can get hit with something that's brand new that you've never experienced. Ask
Mhm.
everyone around you the same question and everyone will have a different response. It's one of those industries that it's constantly changing, and new things and new opportunities or new roadblocks can occur at any time that people haven't gone through.
Yeah,
So it's a constant learning, and it's constant and evolving.
yeah. Which brings you back to keeping your pulse on the what's going on the market. It kind of makes sense.
Exactly.
Yeah. So how do you keep innovating in your business for yourself, for your clients? How do you show up in the world? How do you innovate that way?
The way we do things a little bit differently is it's very client focused and it's different per client.
Nice.
So we very much personalize the experience depending on what the client's needs and wants are. So
Mhm.
for example, I have a client right now, we listed up her house. She is completely against open houses. So we
Okay.
pivoted. We did a broker open house. I invited every agent that's ever done a transaction in that area around a certain price point. They came in and saw the property. They all pitched in on what their valuation of the property would be before we even hit the market. So it was something a little bit different, but it was for that client. That was the preferred method. Even with showings, you have to be available for when your clients need to go and see places. If
Yeah.
the property sells before you can even get there, that's awful.
Yeah.
So even if I can't be there, being able to send someone that's able to show them the property, that's an incredible value add, or even being able to go there after they've seen it with someone else and give them your 2 cents because they're working with you for a reason. They
Yeah.
want to know what your feelings are about the property.
These are very good ideas and ways to separate, really, the service you offer. Nice. And tell us in your career, what's the best advice you've ever received?
The best advice I've ever received, that's a hard one,
Yes.
because I think I've received so much advice that everything has it's a lot. It's a lot of advice you can get. There's a lot of real estate agents in the industry. What
Mhm.
I would say to newer agents is, again, like we said in the beginning, do the grunt work, do the jobs that are not as glamorous,
Yeah.
go do open houses. Open houses built my business.
Yeah.
I've gotten leads off of open houses for 3, $4 million that have closed.
Mm.
So don't shy away from open houses, even though it's tiring. If you do them the right way, they actually can produce quite a bit of an income for you.
Yeah, that's amazing. So open houses would be one of the for sure non-negotiable to do for new agents. What would be two other actions that every agent should be doing?
So if you're brand new in the business, I would say do not shy away from rentals.
Ah, okay.
Rentals also built up my business. In my first year of real estate, I'm pretty sure I did, I think, a little over 100 leases. And
Wow.
those rentals turned into buyers the year after, 2 years after. So if you handle the rentals correctly, you'll get clients for life.
That's a really good point. A lot of realtors don't want to take the leases
Yeah.
at first. They want the big listing, But
yeah, the leases turn into the big listings. I've had clients that have rented out properties from me that were perfect on paper, and then 2 years down the line buy a $2 million house. It's
wow,
the
that's
real estate market. If they're good on paper and they know how to save, they're
amazing.
gonna get quite a bit out of it.
And then if you service them properly, you did your job right, they're gonna love you and use you again and again.
Not even to mention, if you end up meeting the landlord as well and you've done everything properly, you can pick up the landlord as your client now, because some real estate agent was too, I don't want to say too lazy, but
Yeah.
wasn't as on the ball to
Yeah.
keep their happy, because
Mm,
most people shy away from rentals.
yeah, yeah.
If you're doing your job correctly, you could pick up the landlords as well. And, landlords own plenty of real estate. They don't just own that one rental property. They'll own their own home. They might own a few rental properties. And in the mix of that, you can pick up a client that owns quite a bit of a portfolio that
Nice.
eventually they'll look to sell out.
That's amazing. What are you looking forward to this year in the industry? What's exciting for you coming up?
So I would say, sorry, a lot of road bumps, clearly. So I'm excited for the year ahead. There's a lot of new things happening with myself and my team. We are expanding right now, so we're looking to onboard so we can make our team a lot more efficient with our clients and to keep up the standard that my clients have grown accustomed to.
Nice. And how do you generate new people for your team? Like what kind of person or realtor are you looking for your team?
So it's very much a referral type network. If we do a deal with someone and they seem to be a good fit, then we may offer them some sort of position, but we're taking it one day at a time. We're in no rush. We want to find the right fit.
Nice. Well, I'm super excited to see that happening for you and see your team grow for sure. Where do we find you? Where's your Instagram and website?
So my Instagram is my first name dot last name, and my website is my first name and last name.com.
Okay, awesome. Well, we'll add that to the caption. And thank you so much for joining us on the episode today. That was awesome to hear all those tips and advice from you.
Thank you for having me.
Thanks for tuning in. If you found this episode insightful, please share with others who might benefit from it.